Well, let's go. I think I've made it clear. Made it clear, very clear on the rot in the registry department at FAZ. Of course, the entire secretariat is a mess. I am moving on to one issue that I previously extensively wrote about, and this is to do with sexual allegations in women's sport. Many people called me names. They said what they needed to say. It even, unfortunately, laughable as it may, attracted a legal suit, from the former FAZ president. But these issues are real. These issues are happening. Now, there's a presumption of innocence until one is proven, otherwise. And as I talk like this, I am not saying I found Mr. Jordan Maliti guilty. I believe he deserves to be heard. He deserves an opportunity, before an independent committee, transparent investigation, and that must conclude and come up with a report. I did reach out to Mr. Maliti. There's a problem in the leadership at Lusaka Province, and this problem must be resolved in the soonest possible time. What is the problem? Some executive committee members have risen against the chairman. Number one, they are accusing Mr. Maliti of sexually abusing the FAZ women's rep on a committee, Miss Samantha Mianda. That matter, apparently, according to information I've gathered, was reported to the Human Rights Commission, and an investigation has been done, and the report has been submitted to the FAZ Ethics Committee. So the FAZ Ethics Committee has two chambers. There is an investigatory chamber, and there is also an adjudicatory chamber. So these two streams are drawn from the FIFA structure, where when there is a matter of ethical misconduct, an investigation must first be carried out. When the investigation has been carried out, that report must then be passed on to the adjudicatory chamber, who then, pronounces the outcome of the investigation. At this point, if a report by the Human Rights Commission has been done and submitted to the FAZ Ethics Committee, we expect that there will be an expedited process to determine this case, because Lusaka Province cannot store its operation because of one person. If you've observed in recent official duties, not been allowed to officiate those activities. His colleagues have refused. His colleagues believe that he doesn't warrant the position because of his misconduct. There's also allegations that he has mismanaged funds. Lusaka Province was allocated some footballs. Before I come to that, let me finish the issue of the sexual allegation. So, at the center of these allegations is, a contact that he's been making or he made towards this lady, and the lady was uncomfortable, according to what we've gathered from our sources. I did reach out to Mr. Maliti on those sexual allegations. He is yet to respond. I also did reach out to Miss Samantha. She advised that she can only comment at a later stage. This was not an appropriate time for her to comment. We look forward to this, to the conclusion of this matter. But sexual allegation in sport is real. This is a tip on the iceberg, because those of us who understand, have an idea, know that there are even coaches who groom youngsters. When you look at that World Cup bound under 17, you want to be very particular about how they are managed. And this again goes to FAZ. There has to be a policy on code of conduct, male coaches and the players. There has to be a code of conduct between the players and male members of staff, because those girls are vulnerable. It has now happened to an official. These issues are rampant in Zambian football. The only challenge is you cannot report them because the victims are scared. The victims are scared, dead scared. Talked to some of these victims. Not that I'm happy this has happened to Mr. Mann. The allegations coming up for an investigation is a good thing, because now we can clean the system. We can protect the girl child. We can allow the girl child to take part in football without being taken advantage of. These girls are taken advantage of. It's sad that we have a society which praises molesters, which claps for rapists. Who have taken advantage of these girls because of their positions. It must come to an end. And I believe that at the end and the conclusion of this matter, Ms. Samantha must come out and tell us. Women representative in all the provinces must come up with a strict code of conduct. The girl child deserves protection. No one should be taken advantage of because of their status in society. Like I said earlier, these girls come from very, for lack of a better term, poor environments, less privileged environments. When they're given an opportunity to play at a club, at a national team, for them, it's a career opener. For them, it's an opportunity to make it big so they can help their families. We deal with these girls. I've been in women's football for the last 30 years or so. And when I talk about these issues, it is from an informed position, a well-informed position. And this is why I'm very particular about the protection of the girl child in women's sports, particularly in Zambia. Let's protect them. And I believe that Ms. Samantha's case should open avenues for us to resolve the situation. We may not be perfect, but we can get somewhere to protect the girl child. I'm hoping that when this matter is determined, I can have Ms. Samantha here for an interview. Hope she'll be free to discuss these issues. For somebody who's played football, for somebody who's been in football, if I know what I know, then there must be more she knows than I do. But our society is so timid We cannot talk about these issues. We are scared opportunities will be taken away from us. We are scared they will come heavy on us. But our children need protection. Our ladies need protection. If two consenting adults agree to go on a certain path, there's nothing you can do about that. Those are adults. But no one should be taken advantage because of their social status in order for them to get an opportunity to play for the Copper Queens, in order for them to get an opportunity to run for office as a women's representative in any of these provinces. None of these women should be taken advantage of. I hope and trust Daniel Katova is listening to this. We need a code of conduct, a policy on how women will be treated in Zambian football. You might wish to know, the moment I started writing about these issues, even if they took me to court, introduced matrons around all women's team. So each women's team must have a matron. But how effective are these matrons in these women's teams? Hired a safeguarding officer. There's now a safeguarding officer, or they deployed the safeguarding officer right at Football House. These things, before we discussed the issues around 2023, they never used to happen in Zambian football. They never used to happen in Zambian football. I'm glad there was a step that was made, but nothing significant was done. We now need a radical approach to protect the girl child in our game. The credibility of football governance depends on institutions acting consistently, fairly, and transparently. So I hope that FAZ will take these matters seriously, and a resolution will be found in due course. On that note, I do appreciate and I'm grateful that you joined us tonight. As always, thank you for supporting Augustine's Final Whistle. If you have not already done so, please subscribe on our YouTube channel, like the video, share it also with your friends, and join the conversation in the comment section. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, as well as TikTok. My name, as always, is Augustine. Good night, stay safe. Until the next time, may the good Lord bless you and protect you. Shalom, shalom.